fair few boats at the windward end. Royal Oak and Appliance Online, two of the favourites. Finport also here, well back, patient. Tech 2.
40 seconds there, Bucko.
Lining up to the leeward end. Good, Jimmy. Noakes down there as well. Oh, another thing we should mention though, Troy, on the Finport Finance, Luca Damick steering and Beno Marie in the bow, prominent French yachtsman.
Correct. And also on the Noakes Red today, no Sean Langman. Yep. He's been filled in by the ever great Stevie Thomas. So Stevie knows what he's doing. So keep an eye out for them today.
Well, the Finport boys are away. We've got 10 seconds here. The Finport crew are away, Bucko, because they just won the Nationals in the 16s.
Yeah, no, so we've got some new men.
Here we go.
Oh, line clear.
Well clear.
Oh,
so
good,
there we
really.
go. Stevie Thomas off the bottom end of the line, nails the pin and gets a really good start at that leeward end. The Del Zotto won the committee boat end. And the Royal Oak got a nice clean star away at the higher end of the line as well, with Appliances line just to leeward of them. Woody's the first one to tack away. He was in the gas there of the Del Zotto, so he's come back off into the right.
The choice-free tack.
Yep.
But I think he's going the right way.
Yeah, and the Shore partners were deep off the line, so they've tacked off early, and Harry Bethwaite driving that today is taking his crew back out that side. So they're a bit light there today, those boys. They might struggle with Aiden in the middle, a bit lighter than Dozza, so could be a struggle of a day there for them.
Yeah, Tech 2's going to cross.
He's going to cross the rag,
yep,
and I think he'll get across the other two. So the boys who have got off the pin and got a clear start, I'd say Noakes Red's going to be leading this thing at the moment.
Well, the Smeg, very polite there, ducked the Tech 2, so... But a good bit of squirt here, Troy, bit of 16 knots, up range.
Yep, no, it's good to see. Shoulders back.
Leaning, brother, leaning. Okay.
So, yeah, there you go. So the Tech 2's out into the current first. The Noakes is the second one to follow them, but the Noakes has probably had a couple of bow lengths of them before they tacked. So Royal Oak's going to be leading. Then looks like Noakes Red will be second. Smeg's had to take a duck on the Noakes Red, so they'll follow around in third, closely followed by the Del Zotto. Is looking like the way it's going to be. We've got the Rag coming in, though, on the port ley line. They're just ducking, going behind the Del Zotto. They'll round in fifth, so the leaders are off.
A little delay on the shoot hoist, which is not a bad thing to do when the Bruce is fairway in the left there.
Yeah, the Royal Oak's the first one to go to it.
Beautiful set.
The kitchen maker tied up on the top mark here. Just freed himself.
Everyone getting around pretty clearly at the moment.
And I can't even hear any polite advice being offered, mate. What's
no,
going
it's
on?
2020. Everyone's a bit more calm and got bigger concerns in the world. So, you know, been very polite.
Surely. Oh, dear.
And there's a few going for the shoots early and struggling. Some are taking the high road and doing a late set.
Yeah, there's no easy answer to this. You don't actually want to sail up under Point Piper, but equally you don't want to go bow down 45 degrees to the VMC.
And the one that's taking the highest road is the Tech 2. So after doing that early penalty turn, they've just got some consistency going. They've just sailed back up into the top 5. So look for them to keep gaining.
Wow,
you can see on the screen there the little puffs, how they're just getting shot down with them, and they sort of, once they get past the, I suppose, the imaginary line from Point Piper, they get mapped and heading off down towards Bradley's Head. So right now the guys at the front are really starting to work and make sure they can get clear Bradley's Head, so they don't have to drop the chute and go back to the headsail.
But I think more pressure on the leeward edge, Troy, so they'll be happy to go to a jib. They'll be very bound to mark 3 strings. Not slow at all, in fact.
Yeah, and Tech 2's still going just to the jib really high here. So we're just waiting to see when they call it, but I don't think they'll be far off calling going for a shoot here.
No, he'll wait until he's certain to be clear on the ferry incoming from Manly, mate, I think. Oh, here he goes now.
Oh, yeah, no, not yet, not yet.
yet, no.
That was just a big O boy.
Yeah. The bigoted point, I don't think it's two heads up on that. They'll be in line with the ferry.
Yeah. Tommy Anderson there, one boy down today. They're minus his brother-in-law Elliot Scarley, so they've got a fill-in in the middle on the sheet, which is Bo Junk today. So Normal Bowman, Tommy Arkins, and then Bo Junk's in replacing Elliot Scarley, who thinks a bit sick, is what I've heard. Tech 2 still booting along here, probably about 20 lengths to weather, going fast, just not even looking at the spinnaker right now, and but they'll hoist it pretty soon and run down towards the top three, who are.
Well, Troy, knowing Jack, he might think he can just set it once and lay over the top of the headland.
Yep.
So that's a possibility, and that would save you about probably 20 to 30 seconds if you can get that right.
Yeah, well, it's looking pretty good for him right now. I mean, if these other guys have to drop it, which it does look like the Royal Oak and the Noakes might have to further down, although you can get a little bit of a curl up, right, Bucko? And
yeah. There's a lot of possibilities, but the thing that's determining some of it is, the group with shoots up are on the leeward side of the ferry trying to clear the headland down towards Chowder, struggling, so they will drop it, so they'll have one more drop and a new set to get down into the mark at the bottom.
yeah.
Jack might get the whole way with one, as we mentioned.
You can see there on screen, just in the back of it, the shot, that's where the lead two are, the Royal Oak and Noakes.
Yep.
And you can see Trent Barnabas back on the bow there on the Tech 2 and Charlie Wyatt. So, he's got a good team today, old Jacko, and
Oh yeah.
no lack of experience.
Well, that's a forward end that you want if you're going to be putting it up and down to try and get over these headlands, and these guys are taking the high road here, so Trent might be a little bit worn out. From
And
the
here they
16
go.
nationals.
Here they go for the hoist. So let's watch Trent Barnabas, the great Trent Barnabas at work, ripping into that. Up she goes.
It's a good rip.
That's good. So they're just hoisted though, and now they're.
And I'd say the timing's pretty good.
Yep. And the Royal Oaks just dropped to leeward, so they didn't get there. They're going back to the jib. We'll see if the Noakes, which seems like it's a little bit further up, if they can hold it a little bit longer. But I'd say Jacko might just rip through here.
Yeah, I think he's got it about right, and I think he leads.
He's going to have a nice line there on the Royal Oak, who's in a full VMG mode, bloke off the rail, trying to sail it flat and get down already. So let's watch here for the Tech 2 on the big drop. Trent Barnabas been doing it all week in the 16, so look for big things. All on his own.
Amazing.
Late one too. Ripping it in. Straight in the bag. They've left it late, so he's got plenty to do, but they've done nice work, and Smeg's gone for it early. Pete's gone in early, but they're a bit lower, so they've got a long way to come up to this mark.
Yeah, and the pack coming down here with a good bit of squirt, actually, so that's set Royal Oak pretty well. So I think Smeg's going to get their second. Royal Oak will be third.
Yeah. Smeg did nice work here.
Doing
Del
some
Zotto's going
boarding.
to capsize here. Gone.
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
Gone.
What's going on? The Royal Oak got it in the bag, the dial up, all good. So Tech 2 leads by about 20 seconds. Smeg, the Royal Oak 4 Pints third, Noakes group fourth, and a bit of carnage behind them.
Tack there on the
4 Pints tacking on the face of a bit of right-handed solid pressure here.
And I tell you what, the Birkenhead Point's done well up there in the left. They're not going to be across the Royal Oak, that's for sure, but they've got a chance here on the Noakes Red. So sailing really well today, Tommy Anderson.
Well, Tommy's been getting the wheels under it slowly, and today he looks like he's thought about it over Christmas, mate.
Well, he's had plenty of time to reflect with the new baby, I'm sure. His wife, Steph, seems to handle things quite nicely, and Tom can just focus on driving trucks and sailing skiffs.
Yeah. It's pretty close, actually, isn't it? They've made up. The left has paid here.
Yeah, and he actually might, the ferry's going through the middle. It looks like it's about to take Mika out, but he's just clear. But with these waves, I'd say the Birkenhead Point might have a shot here, and I'd say he's definitely bow to bow. He might cross him. It looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, he's across.
He is. Heads down. got pinned the ears back and gone, so he sailed it into second spot here.
Good effort. Yeah. Pretty
So
up.
the Birkenhead Point Marina. So I've just sailed on the URM, and we've had the boat stored there at Birkenhead Point. A lot of these guys in this fleet, Peter Harris and Ruffy Turner, who you were just talking about.
Jacko's probably just a bit minimum tax here, Troy. It's a bit uprange. The tax are pretty A, costly, and B, high risk, yeah?
Copy.
Not a great tack there on
No,
Tech
he's
2.
just had a bad tack, old Jacko.
As just demonstrated by Jack McCarty and his boys.
As Tom rolls into one at a pretty good time and not a bad tack.
No, beauty.
And in waves.
And he's up here too. He's got a little bit of right-hand pressure, and his bow's just going down there now, but he's going to come back into good puff here. Just heading it into it now. So he's keeping it close to the Tech 2. And they're coming back bow to bow, so we're going to see who's ahead. Probably looks like Jack's got a...
No,
no,
loose.
not with that little one there, that little right-hander now.
With
He's
a
well
beauty.
up, so...
Yeah. So the...
And golden touch on the Birkenhead.
The golden touch. Oh, he's pretty chilled yachtsman, Tommy, isn't he?
I don't know, he just started shaking the leg there. Once he realised in the lead it'll be... you know, it'll be playing on his mind a bit, but he's been around this sport long enough, he knows what to do. He's certainly got to get the jib a bit more twisted to calm that mainsail down, but he's crossed them here and probably got about 6 lengths, so he sailed a pretty nice beat.
Yeah, but
there he goes, got it settled down now.
We didn't pick up what happened to the 4 Pines Dragon family, who are now back in 4th. So they must have had a little problem at some point.
Might not have been the way to go. Back into that work, go up under Nelson Park.
No, they must have had a little pit stop of some kind.
Yeah.
So the wind model that's won is the one that said more wind and further right, okay? The one that said less wind and further left, put a cross against that one.
We got one boat back in the fleet's capsized. It looks like it might be the Bird and Bear. So not having a good day there. Yeah, sailing well here, these guys.
So these guys look pretty cohesive in the tack for guys on their first outing, mate.
Yeah, well, don't give them the curse here. Looks like they're getting set up for another one. So here we go. Watch how they go. He's just waiting until he's into the nice steady pressure. He's coming to a good puff out of this tack. So here they roll into it. Nice and cautious. Nice work, and then they'll just...
Yeah, and that's a beautiful, uprange tack, isn't it?
Yes.
Nice
Safe as a bank.
Maybe Jacko's probably just taken maybe a length and a half out of them here, but that ley line that was safe isn't very safe right now, so Tommy's going to have a couple more tacks to get there. Jacko's coming out here a bit more, so we'll just get out of his way here, James, just so we don't affect the leaders. A little bit of a lefty there for Tommy.
No, I think he's lying okay.
Oh. So what, they got to clear the yellow mark, or the YA mark as well, Bucko, or just the
YA mark?
Yeah.
The YA mark.
Okay.
On the face of a beauty.
There's Royal Oak in the background, just copping the same, Bucko.
Yeah. And you got to sail with a fair bit of twist, otherwise it just gets too difficult. So the main hand's got plenty on. Jib going in and out of, a foot or in and out about a foot, and the main sheet moving quite a lot more. Fair bit of dialogue between the sheet hand and the forward hand about what they should do. Just puff by puff, inch by inch. Wow, smoking here. But these guys are doing it pretty comfortably. And it's a soaking contest. Nobody has had to set, so quite interesting. The lead is VMG running almost with one man in the boat to get to the mark and not setting. So a bit of caution perhaps for them, but Tech 2 will lead from Birkenhead Point. Close to each other. These two boats here 4 pints and Noakes group third and fourth.
Tech 2 round now, Bucko.
Tech 2 round.
But I think the Royal Oak did have some sort of problem on the previous beat, and we would expect they certainly will be no slower than Birkenhead Point going upwind here. The dial up for them.
Nice rounding.
Good dial up.
Nicely done. The Noakes also nicely done. Pints on the line 5th. So they've made some ground. And you'd probably think that the right side will pay here, given where the wind's gone back to. So quite different to the first beat. Wind 30, 20 degrees at least further right. Shore Partners struggling here. But
So,
still, with a completely made-up crew, probably not a bad
Oh,
effort.
they got their
going
normal
bloody well.
forward hand and their
Yeah, but
normal.
And
Shake
you know, the
their
way
hand.
the points are at the moment with Smeg gone, well, the way they're sailing right now, if the positions stayed the same, they would still end up in third overall. So Royal Oak would jump them into second,
That's right.
but they would be on the back of the podium here. So they've got to make sure they stay hot on the heels of the AOL here, and because they've got a 2-point advantage on the overall. So got to stay within 2 of them, and they'll maintain third.
and the ferry. The
They're
ferry.
getting right in the way there of the Noakes, so giving all on for the Royal Oak. They'll barely be all right. They'll probably parallel it, and they'll hope the ferry gets the throttle down and gets out of there. But she's just gone round the Kentucky Fried mark there. This is going to really hurt the Noakes red, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't envy them being on the Noakes at all, do you?
No.
Ferry going 16 knots and the Noakes going 16 knots, and a bit problematic.
Yeah, the ferry looks like it's going slower than that right now. Normally,
Yeah,
you know,
you're right. He's down to about 15.
now he's got
14.
the pedal down. He's getting out of there again now. So Noakes will try and creep up and get on the weather side of him. Great shot there of the Noakes going past the ferry. You can see the speed differential there of the 18-foot skiff and the Manly ferry.
Yeah, not sure the ferry's quite up to full speed, but looks deceptive. They're big boats.
Yeah. So here we are, the Birkenhead Point. Still in a nice spot in second, but getting chased down now by the Royal Oak Hotel.
Yeah.
There's a good shot there of the Birkenhead Point, just on the drone. Great shots. See the boys really working it there. And he's comfortably holding them back there, that's for sure. So he's just got into a bit of puff there, and he's pulling back away from the third spot, Royal Oak. So here we are, we're hot on the heels here of the Tech 2. And they've got a long way to get down to this mark, so they'll be looking for some more pressure and sailing a little bit more of a VMG mode. That's nice work on the Birkenhead. They've got it tidied up already. Tom's got to come away though to get back below the mark here. Oh. There he goes.
Yep, jive drop on the Royal Oak, all good.
And he's got all 3 blokes on the rail. So good round in there by Birkenhead Point.
Noakes not too far out of it either, eh?
No.
And Appliances also in touch. The Royal Oak a bit of a struggle, but got the job done.
And Shaw and Partners also coming ripping in here. So
Here's the Noakes in a bit of trouble, guys.
no, he's got it. Got to get the chute away, but it's all right. Oh, he just fell in. Oh,
No place for a forward end down the back of the boat there.
yeah, but he stayed on board. So now he's just got to get that chute tucked away. So Stevie just jammed it high there to affect the AOL. So big job on the Noakes to get it away, that's for sure.
So pretty impressive from these leading crews. Pretty good order there, you know, relative to the conditions, and hardly a word being spoken, and certainly no yelling going on. So that's always a good sign.
No. But AOL just sort of needs to get that boat between the 2 of them. So, and then hopefully pick off one more spot.
Still a bit of a problem going on Noakes group. Still packing the chute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't too tidy, was it? But I didn't see what happened there, but they jibed with too much vang on and got the boom in the water. Or the rag living dangerously.
Rag's going to be a very late drop, so he's got a big job in with the number 1 rig. He's taking it on. I'd say they're just going to keep coming past the mark here. They can't really come up till he's got that away, but
they'll do the dial up. It's not that windy now. It's not too bad.
Here we go.
Oh,
he's done nice work. Straight down in the bag. That was a bloody good job for the bowman there.
Just in the background there, you got the
kitchen maker.
The kitchen maker prawning.
Trying to go uphill. Spinnaker's still up. There we have it.
There we go. So the kite heli's just come down now. So they're going to struggle to get below this mark. So they might have to do a little. Oh, he's got it. Nice little lull there to get the bow back down. And now they're going to pack it away. Pack it away. Pack it away. Don't. Oh, big job. It's got the head down, so that's good.
Made it look easy in the end.
They did. So some nice work by the forward hands to tidy up the mess.
Royal Oak 4 Pines set up maybe just a little deep at the bottom batten. Apart from that, pretty good.
This is definitely the race on the course. The Tech 2 stepped out, so
yeah, she's definitely temperature drop now.
Wow,
we're coming back to weather. Oh, Simo tax there.
Called wind chill.
Oh yeah. Bit of water thrown in with it.
The water warmth.
Well, you said the water was 24 degrees, Bucko. That one didn't feel 24.
Doesn't feel like that.
No, I mean, Jimmy, I had a good long swim yesterday, unfortunately, and I can tell you it was 22 to 23 inside the harbour, but the water offshore is what I was mentioning. It actually 28 up off Port Stephens and 24 outside of Sydney on the shelf, so that's pretty hot.
And it looks like the AOL have gone the other side of Sound Peaks, taking a blinder out on the left here, so weren't happy with 5th spot. They've thrown it all against the wall, and we'll see how that works out for them.
But you'd like the 4 Pines approach. The right edge, he's got an easier trajectory to get to the ley line, to the Port Tack ley line, whereas these guys definitely got 2 more tacks.
That was a better tack by them.
Yeah, that was much better.
In the windward out of the tack wins.
Back into good pressure here, so might have done a nice little game back here, actually getting back into this left on the Royal Oak, so we'll have to look at that when they come back up here to weather, but he's got it settled back down. He's got to keep the head down, not worry about looking through the window where the other boats are.
Yeah, so on screen there in the foreground Birkenhead Point, in the background 4 Pines. Crosswind position would suggest that 4 Pines is fairly close, but not in front. So just execution up to the top here, and 4 Pines has got a slightly easier job than Birkenhead, with a ferry also intruding on the racetrack. High-speed cat ferry that does about 19 knots. Going to the Royal Oak 4 Pines.
Yep.
And
yep, they got the power of the right too, so starboard had an advantage here, and
very close.
Going to cross over, no problem.
Clean cross.
Easy cross.
How about
Not
that?
even a dip on the Birkenhead. Oh, hang on. There we go.
Clean cross.
What the Birkenhead Point did last time up here, right?
Yep. So Royal Oak's done 2 less tacks than the Birkenhead Point, Bucko, by not going back in there. So that's where the losses have been made.
And a right-handed squall. Bit of 16 knots again here momentarily.
It's not over yet. These guys have just got to come out here, keep it nice and calm. You're going to have nice pressure down this right-hand side, and might have a chance of closing it back up.
Here we
And
go.
the AOL's gone hard into the left like the Birkenhead Point did, and it hasn't paid for them either. So big loss for them. And so Noakes has sailed back up into fourth. They've got a good lead over the Shore and Partners and the AOL, which will be close between them.
A good effort from the Noakes guys. So a bit of an error there from the Royal Oak. They should have gone to the ley line. That doesn't make any sense at all. 2 extra tacks.
No, but hard to call, you know. I mean, it's very shifty up this Outer Rose Bay here, so hard to get it right. But they didn't get it right, but it's all right. They're still probably got a good 4 lengths over these blokes, and they did a nice tack there, and they're accelerating before the Birkenhead Point. So they're rounding in second. Tech 2's just gone, and we're going to have to get the drone down to go and catch up to them. They're on a different race course right now. Tech 2's round the bottom mark. Long way ahead, and long way to go. Well, not long to go, sorry, just 1 beat to go for them. So they're sailing back out here into the middle of the channel. They've just tacked now, so they'll just come back into the middle of the course, wait for the second position to come round, and you know, they don't even need to really worry about a cover here, but they'll just keep a loose cover on them just in case they, you know, dip the wing in a bad way or capsize. I mean, these guys could probably capsize and get it upright and keep going now, but it'd still be ahead. But yeah, they'll just want to keep the fleet tucked away nicely. One chute going up behind us. So
the blokes behind us ran out of wind and had to set a chute to get down to the mark.
Well, yeah, the front guys have. This second place, he's still happy. If he can get away of not putting it up, he will.
Yeah, 4 Pines body language, though, says that they're sort of VMGing, aren't they?
Yep. The guys behind Noakes Red are going for it, but it's a bit of a horrible set, so they've just pulled it back down, it looks like, and tucked it back away.
Yeah, Birkenhead Point, you know, VMG running main and jib.
Yep. They're happy just to run it all the way in here, so no signs of them putting it up. Happy to cop up a bit. The blokes behind them haven't gone for it, so, you know, they're happy just to cover off what the guys behind them are doing. I wouldn't say the Royal Oak gained a lot out of doing it, but they certainly would have expelled some energy.
No,
they had to give it a go.
They have gained a fair bit because the other guys are now having to VMG run where they do need to shoot just for 100 metres, which is pretty expensive. But anyway, we're travelling with Tech 2, a third of the way up the final beat. Jacko.
Happy days there on board the Tech 2. Sailed well. Again, did their penalty turns, and here they're coming across the line now. Boys very happy.
Nice work. Yeah, apart from the little error on the port starboard cross on the first beat, probably pretty much error free.
Yeah, and they'll be grateful that they did that, you know, like that's it, done. They've won the race, no other harms, you know, don't have to go to any protest room and try and bullshit their way through. It's done and cleaned up, and they can go inside and enjoy themselves. So here we're coming back down to second place, Royal Oak. So they've got a comfortable second here over Noakes Red. So Noakes Red have come up pretty nicely on Birkenhead Point here. So all on for third. Going to be close, but that's where the battle pack is right now.
Yeah.
Royal Oak's comfortable second, and I'd just put Noakes just crossing over Birkenhead Point now.
It's very close, mate. But yeah. Oh. Wow.
They got him.
Beautiful tack on the Royal Oak. Noakes just across.
Yep.
Anyway, we're travelling with Royal Oak. So here we go. They're coming in for a pretty handy second.
Yeah, still might be another tack for the Noakes too. So the Birkenhead Point's just tacked up on the ley line, but not the best of their tacks that we've seen today. And it's going to be close. I don't think Noakes is laying in there. They might just be, but I'd say they're probably going to have one more tack to do.
Yeah.
And Birkenhead Point is coming in quick, so it's going to be a photo finish here, I'd say.
Breeze in the right. Anyway, second, Aaron Everett, Courtney Marr and Charlie Gunny. Great effort from them on the Royal Oak Four Pines.
And here they go. We're right on the line here. Who it's going to be? Bow's going to shoot
Noakes,
up.
Noakes,
oh, just to the Noakes. So
Noakes.
Birkenhead just pulled into fourth. So, they sailed through all the positions today, Birkenhead. They were deep in sort of sixth, then came up and were leading the race, then had some time in second, a little bit in third, and then eventually fell back into fourth just. So, but, they'll be happy they were mixing it at the front of the fleet today, especially with that fill-in crew on the main sheet without Elliot Scarley.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the final order then, easy win to the Tech 2, Royal Oak second, Noakes third by a short half head, Birkenhead Point fourth, Appliance is going to come in fifth.
Shaw and Partners in the sixth position.
Short and Partners sixth, so that gives us winning group winning the state title, as we already knew at the start today. The Royal Oak will be second.
Shaw and Partners will be third.
And Shaw and Partners will be third indeed. So that's the podium for the state title overall. Some pretty good sailing today from some new crews. And I think that wraps it up for us from the Camacat for today. We're going to go and get
warm,
thermoed a bit at the bar, I think.
Meat pie.
From the Camacat, Aero Media at the fore, once again bringing you 18-footer racing. Thanks for your company today, reviewer. Same time next week. Camacat signing out.